Edge Weekend Edition, Saturday, February the 11th. My name is Sean Carrier, and thank you for being with us. We got it done in the association again last night, cashing the two-team parlay, keeping the video series undefeated. We've got another gem here in the NBA today that we fully expect to keep the streak alive, so let's dive right into it. We've got the red-hot Miami Heat in Philadelphia tonight, looking to keep their streak alive. And we see absolutely no reason why they won't get it done here in Philly tonight. Just checking out the recent meetings between these two teams. Miami did beat this Philadelphia team just about a week ago on the 4th of February, absolutely obliterating the Sixers 125-102. So again, just like last night, the Sixers should be fresh in Miami's minds, should not be caught off guard by any of their sets or what their players like to do, things of that nature. Philly did take one meeting here at home on the 21st of November, quite a while ago, and I think that we can all agree that this Miami team is just a completely different team than the team that they were in late November. The Heat also do have a pretty good history here against Philadelphia, winning 7 of their last 10 head-to-head matchups. Again, these two teams are probably different teams, but I do like to see a strong head-to-head dominance there. I think that bodes well for the Heat in this matchup. So just looking at the recent form here, Miami not in the greatest of spots tonight. I mean, they did play last night in Brooklyn, so a second night of a back-to-back. This will also be their 4th consecutive road game and 5th consecutive court change. So it's definitely not a great spot for this Miami team, and usually a spot that I'd be fading teams in. But Philly also in not a great spot here. So let's get to that. So just sliding down here, you can see this will be their 3rd game in 4 nights. Their last 2 games were a set of back-to-backs. And the other thing that I think really is going to work against the Sixers here today, this will be their 11th consecutive court change. If you look down here on the 25th of January, they were in Milwaukee, then home to Philly, out to Chicago, back to Philly, to Dallas, to San Antonio, to Miami, to Detroit, back home to Philly, out to Orlando, and then finally back home to Philly for tonight's game. So they have been in and out of cities, on and off planes and hotel rooms for the better part of 2 weeks here. We could definitely see some tired legs with this Sixers team that, let's face it, just like the Nets last night, do not have a ton to play for. They are destined to be back in the lottery, the NBA draft lottery this year. And yeah, I'm sure they're going to play for personal pride and give it their best shot, but absolutely no playoff motivation or anything of that nature for this Sixers team. Referees for tonight's affair: Brent Barnaky, Ken Mauer, not my favorite official, but definitely not my least favorite, and Jason Goebel. Again, nothing I see there that's going to skew my action tonight. Days rest, definitely I think on a back-to-back, team's history with days rest I think is definitely pertinent. The Heat, not great straight up, but not terrible at 3-6. But the one thing I really do like here is their ATS record on the second night of a back-to-back is a very, very strong 8-1. So what that tells us is the books are definitely undervaluing this Heat team a little bit on the second night of a back-to-back. And as you can see here, their numbers actually stay very similar, which is what I think helps them. I mean, they actually score 3 more points than their average on the second nights of back-to-back, and they give up 2.8 more. So they're very much a very similar team on the second night of a back-to-back. So I'm not going to be too scared backing this Heat team because of those reasons on the second night of a back-to-back here in Philadelphia. And this Sixers team, as you can see here, definitely not a juggernaut by any stretch of the imagination. Only 11-15 on 1 day's rest, and being the NBA average of 1 day rest, their numbers are very, very well within their mean. Getting down to the injury report here, it says Dion Waiters doubtful here, but Yahoo seems to think that he might have a chance to play. Their last update says he's still iffy regarding whether he would play tonight or not. So the the Heat might get an uninspected boost here in Dion Waiters' return, and I think that would definitely help them on the second night of a back-to-back. But I think as we saw last night, the Heat they're supposed to just kind of rise the hot hand. They have players that can come in and out of the lineup when someone's struggling. He's got someone off that bench that he can find that comes in to give him a good effort. So we really think that's going to bode well for the Heat tonight. And the Sixers still without Joel Embiid. He certainly will not be playing tonight. And they've got another two players banged up here in Ersan Ilyasova and Rashad Holmes. So a little bit banged up. And as we saw, they might be a little tired as they've been in and out of cities and just have not had a great schedule of late. The little stat graphic here that we've got, I think, is really just going to drive home that the Heat are the far superior team in this matchup. They hold a 3.3 point edge in offense per 100 possessions, a 2.1% edge in defense per 100 possessions. They shoot better field goal percentage, and they're going to have an edge in the rebounding percentage and the turnover percentage. Philadelphia right there, 15.1% turnover edge right there with Brooklyn Nets as the worst two teams in that respect. So they're going to be turning the ball over a lot, and they're not going to be getting their fair share of rebounds. So that should give Miami more possessions, and seeing as they shoot the ball at a better percentage to begin with. I think those things are going to definitely assist them in getting out of Philly with the win tonight and keeping the streak alive. Seeing that the line is only a short 3.5 points, we absolutely love the Miami Heat to keep their streak alive and keep our streak alive tonight there in Philadelphia. So that's today's pick, guys. Miami Heat, lay the 3.5 points, cash the ticket, and tune in tomorrow to see if we can keep the streak alive. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Good night and good luck as always.